So this is week one of us making our NFL picks for the season. I know it's week three, but we got a late start. No time but the present, though. So that being said, I'm joined by Darkness, and we should have another guest starting next week. Um, he's just gonna send me his picks for this week so that we can just get rolling. With that being said, do you want to go ahead and start first? We'll go ahead and start with that game tomorrow, which would be the Steelers and the Browns.
Steelers and the Browns. Um, Gonna take the Steelers. Do you want a point spread as well?
Um, no, we won't do it now. I think what we'll do, just as a tiebreaker, I think for the probably the Monday night game, I think we'll do like an over under or something, just kind of as a tiebreaker.
All right. Yeah, I've got the Steelers on that one.
All right. And then I am also going to take the Steelers because I just can't root against them. Be against my
A
nature.
lot easier for me to take my pick than it is you to take yours.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They're big underdogs going into tomorrow, and they seem to thrive in that position. So I'm gonna go ahead and take
Yeah, but the
Pittsburgh.
Browns don't exactly have like a definite like starting quarterback under center
Right. And I know Pittsburgh's played. Uh, they have played Brissett before. I think he's beaten us once, and I think we've beaten him once. And it's tough every time, but I don't know. Pittsburgh against the Browns, I just always like Pittsburgh. All right, and I think I know who Coop's gonna pick on that one, but I will wait until he sends me his pick in and then just fill it in. So let's go ahead and move on to the Sunday games. We will just go left to right here. So we'll go Bills Dolphins.
Obviously the Bills.
Yeah, that'd be hard to go against there. The way they've been rolling.
Yeah.
We got the Bills. Um, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, and I'm just gonna go Dolphins, man. This that new head coach, he's got them rolling. Tua's actually slinging the ball a lot better than people thought he would.
Against a broken secondary.
Yeah, true. Um, yeah, the Bills do have a very solid defense, but I'm gonna roll with Miami in this one. I'm gonna be different.
That's fine. I'm just saying the Bills have a better secondary than Baltimore does.
Yes, very true. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna roll with them. I like an underdog story. All right, let's go ahead and keep it rolling. You got Bengals Jets.
I'm gonna take the Bengals on that one.
All right, they got to win at some point, right? They were in the Super Bowl last year.
I mean, Burrow's gotta make it happen at some point, right?
You would think, man. I mean, they're just too good of a team to be losing the way they are, but Joe Burrow is just getting killed back there. So, um, but Joe Flacco does know the Bengals pretty well. He played them for so many years in the AFC North. Um, but I am too. I'm going to take the Bengals on that one. We'll play it safe. I don't think they lose to a broken down Jets team, but we will see what happens. But yes, I am taking the Bengals on that one as well.
Right.
All right, moving along, we got Raiders Titans.
I'm gonna take the Raiders on that one.
Raiders, Raiders. I like the Raiders in that one as well. But I'm looking at is also the Titans have to turn something around. They're too good of a team to be losing all the time. But Derek Carr and them coming off that tough loss, I think they're going to look to turn it around. Um, I'm going to take the Raiders on that one as well. All right, we got Saints and Panthers. That's gonna be a tough one.
Um, I'm gonna go with my boy Baker on this one. I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Oh man, I like Baker Mayfield, man. I do. I was really happy when he left the Browns because it kind of gave me a chance to root for him. All right, so you're taking Panthers. Yeah, I don't even know if Jameis is going to be 100%. And then we all know what happens when Taysom Hill tries to throw the ball instead of running it. So,
Instead of play tight end like he should and
right.
rack me up some fantasy points. Agreed.
um, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Panthers on that one as well. I think Baker's gonna have a breakout game. He's gonna finally come out and show everyone that he was not the problem in Cleveland. So now we got Ravens and Patriots.
I'm going to take sheesh. I'm gonna take the Ravens on that one.
All right.
Like, yeah, I know you want to go and have a few underdogs, but I don't see New England pulling off an underdog in that one.
Right, I got you. I mean, no one's gonna be mad for you taking, what makes sense. We we are trying to win at the end of the day. But I don't know that Patriots offensive line looked really good against Pittsburgh. I mean, I know Watt wasn't in the game, but you still have three other guys that are able to get to the quarterback. But with that being said, you gotta look too. Lamar may not be 100% for Sunday. He was wearing a sleeve in practice.
I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Pats, man. So you took the Ravens, and I am gonna take the Pats. I wish this schedule I had pulled up actually showed me the spread, but it does not.
I don't need the spread. I have a pretty good idea on them.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like right now. It's probably plus 3.5 to the Patriots. Give me a second. I can tell you.
Oh, damn, they got the Patriots as a. Oh, under. You said three plus 3.5. I got you.
Yeah, plus 3.5.
Okay. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Let's see. Ravens Patriots. It's actually plus 2.5 to the Patriots.
Oh, okay, so not as bad as I thought. I mean, that's a tough spread to try to work with, because I mean, 2.5. It's not very often games are decided by 2 points. Then again, there have been a bunch over the last week that were decided by a
The field
point.
goal, dude.
Yeah,
And we've already had a couple of close calls to being a tie.
yeah,
So
yeah, very true. So, all right, let's see. We got the Lions and Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Lions.
That was gonna be my guess as well.
Listen, I'm an Eagles fan,
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I'm gauging it by how well they played against the Eagles.
Okay.
And if the Vikings come out with that god awful cover four that they did against Jalen, they're gonna get destroyed.
Right, I feel that.
Let's see. The spread on that one right now is plus 5.5 to the Lions, which I don't agree with. I would take that bet all day and ride with it.
Right. I like what Dan Campbell has done with them so far. Just like watching Hard Knocks and how he's going about everything. I think he's actually going to turn Detroit around here, especially with that rookie defensive end that they got. I mean, can't really count him out. And Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. So I'm also taking the Lions in that one. So who do we got next? We got the Eagles and the Commanders.
I'm going to take the Eagles. Every analyst out there right now is telling you the Eagles have the best, not one of the best offenses in the league currently.
I mean, they were looking pretty explosive.
Well, it's pretty easy when the Vikings give you literally every first and second look on every play and let you just dump it for 330 yards.
Right. Um, damn, this is Carson Wentz playing the. Is this the first time he's playing the Eagles since he left?
No, he played them when he was with the Colts.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he did or not. So, damn, I think he's.
But this is interdivision, and it's going to be a bloodbath. I personally think Carson Wentz is going to get sacked at least 6 times.
Oh man. I'm gonna go against you on that one, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the Commanders, just cause I don't know. Carson Wentz didn't look too bad, and like, anytime you play your old team, you want to show out. So I think
Did you
he's
not
gonna do
watch
that.
his last game?
I missed last week. What was it? Week 1. He didn't look bad, or am I completely misreading this?
Week 2, he got destroyed.
Right. I know last week he did not do well.
Let's see.
What was that week 2 matchup for him? Oh yeah, that's right, against the Lions. Yeah, but they almost
Yeah,
that's what it was. He almost came back. They started coming back on him. What were they down like?
in garbage time,
Yeah, was it
it was
28
fourth
nothing?
quarter.
Right. It was like 28 nothing at one point though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went 30 for 46 for 337. If I could find stats before the fourth quarter started. Oh, and he got sacked 5 times.
Okay.
And an interception. QBR of 53.5.
Oof.
And yes, they got the win against Jacksonville. Keep in mind, it's Jacksonville.
Right, but
But
look what
week 1,
Jacksonville did to the Colts, man. Like,
that's the Colts. I've got a buddy of mine that will mother F the Colts up and down the street, and he's a Colts fan. Week 1 for Carson Wentz, 27 to 41, 313 yards, completion or QBR 50.2. The man had 2 interceptions for four touchdowns. We'll give him his 4 touchdowns and was sacked once.
all right.
But his QBR speaks all by itself, man. Like a 50 and a 53,
Yeah.
already not looking too good there. He attempted a run 2 times, got 23 yards against the Lions, and he attempted to run 6 times against Jacksonville and only got 12.
Oof. Yeah, 'cause they
But
you want to shoot
you
me
go
like
ahead
a.
and go with the Commanders on that one. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, next Wednesday we'll go over these, so see how bad I do.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I'm when I do these, I look for that like shock factor and just try to.
Listen, you can take the shock factor. I'm just taking statistically the most probable answer to this.
I got you. Now you gotta remember, if we had money on this, it'd be a little bit different. I'd be a little bit more careful with my picks. But right now, we're just playing to do a giveaway at the end of the season for somebody.
Oh no,
Um,
I get it. Here, I'll even give you the home field advantage for Carson Wentz
okay.
for
I
his
don't.
first game in DC.
I don't.
Well, Landon Field.
I don't know if I'd call FedEx Field home field advantage.
Yeah, not really. It's it's a couple hour drive for every Eagles fan to just, hey, how you doing, Carson?
Yeah, very true. So I see we got the Chiefs and the Colts coming up. Speaking of the Colts,
I'm pretty sure you already know who I'm going to
see,
take.
I think you know who I'm gonna take.
My boy Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for 415 and just laser it.
That's not too far of a stretch. So I mean, the
No,
way the Colts
it's
have been playing, it's been bad. I mean, they got blown out by Jacksonville. So that one was pretty easy for both of us. We kind of agreed on that one.
Here, my 415 is not that far fetched. Patrick Mahomes does have a 478 as his most yards in one game passing.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he threw for 500. To be completely honest, like the Colts defense is just. I mean, to let Jacksonville just walk up and down the field with you, it's pretty bad. So, all right, we got the Texans and the Bears. That should actually be a pretty decent game.
Texans and the Bears
In Chicago.
in Chicago. Oh, then I'm taking the Bears 100%, dude.
All right. I'm gonna ride with old Dougie Mills, and I think he's gonna
That
lead the Texans to a victory in Chicago against
Yeah, but that
Duckers.
Bears fan base gets loud,
They do. They very much do. So, but
and I don't see a 50-50 attendance showing up in favor of the Texans. To be completely honest,
no, that's too far of a drive.
too far. They'll be complaining it's already too cold. Yeah,
All right, let's move on. We're into the afternoon games now. We got Jags Chargers in LA.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
All right. I think any logical person would there. Well, oh, hold up. Is Justin Herbert gonna be back? Yeah, remember he had those cracked ribs.
Oh, we could find that one out real quick as well.
Because without Justin Herbert, you got Tyrod Taylor. Is he still on? No, he retired, didn't he? Or no, that was RG3. Is
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor?
RG3's. I don't know if I don't know. There's a bunch of like straight up third string quarterbacks that have been around for 15 years,
Right.
starting all over the league last week. So let's see. It looks like he might actually be back in time, dude.
Okay. All right. If he's gonna
Let's
be
see. The
back,
21st was today, so he was throwing the ball around yesterday. So it looks like he will be back. I'm sticking with my pick.
all right. Yeah. If Herbert's gonna be there, I'm taking the Chargers 100%. I don't see Jacksonville being able to go into LA and beat Justin Herbert.
I don't know who their backup is,
I don't
if I'm
either.
being completely honest. Chargers QB.
Because it definitely was.
They got Chase Daniel and Easton Stick. I've never heard of Easton Stick, but I would imagine Chase Daniel would be able to.
Easton I think he was fucking Herbert's backup in Oregon, to be honest with you. That just sounds too
Yeah, no,
familiar.
everything I'm seeing is that he's going to be back and ready to go. But
Okay. All right. So we got Rams Cardinals coming up after that in Arizona.
listen, I was rooting for Matt Stafford all season last season, and I'm going to keep riding with him. I think he takes that one against the Cards.
Okay. All right. And then I'm gonna take the Cardinals on that one. I think they're gonna ride off that momentum of coming back against the Raiders, and I think they're gonna ride with it. That defense is pretty good, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Cardinals on that one.
That's fair. It's a 3.5 point spread. So
Okay, so yeah, they're predicting a close game. All right,
I mean, most of them are. We're not. It's the which one are we on? Packers Bucks.
yeah, that one should be close
Packers
too.
Bucks. It's a 1.5 point spread. Like a lot of these are really close, with the exception of the Bengals. Um,
Pittsburgh might actually have the worst underdog odds.
no, actually, they're not.
Oh,
Three
they're
and a
not.
half point spread.
Oh, they changed it to 3.5. It was 4.5 last time I seen it.
That 1 point isn't that big of a deal though. It's not like the 7 point spread for the Chargers Houston Texans game.
Oh wow. So we got
Yeah.
the. All right.
New England and the Packers have a 6.5 point spread. Let's see. Bengals Jets have a 5.5 point spread. Lions Vikings have a 5.5 point spread, and the Eagles Commanders have a 6.5 point spread. So I mean, the most you're looking at is like a 6.5. It's a touchdown game,
Right. I
is
get
what I'm
you.
seeing.
All right. So we got Aaron Rodgers going into Tampa against old Tampa Bay.
Listen, I'm gonna take the true number one, number 12,
All right. I'm
the
hoping
goat
you
Tom
mean.
Brady.
Oh God. I was hoping you were going with Aaron Rodgers. I can't stand Tom Brady.
Look, you can. I can't stand him myself. The man refuses to shake hands with Nick Foles, even though Nick Foles continues to topple over him every time they meet up. So, but realistically, you cannot stand the man all you want. But you got to give the man his roses, and
Oh yeah.
uh,
I had to watch him beat up on Pittsburgh for too fucking long. The man's the reason we don't have at
yeah,
least 2 more Super Bowls.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Alright, I am gonna take the Packers there though. Just seeing Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, he just seemed a little too confident. I think he's gonna run with it.
Yeah,
Think so, man. So
uh,
now we got the.
the Bucks got that one in the bag, man.
I hope they don't.
Look,
Just with me living south of Tampa now, even though I don't get to go home very often, it sucks living anywhere near Tampa right now.
yeah, but here's the really shitty part of the whole thing. Aaron Rodgers has this mentality. Like, here, you want to say you can't stand Tom Brady, but Aaron Rodgers has basically shit on his wide receivers publicly
Yes,
for the
yes, he
last
has.
6 months, and then continuously like does. I don't think after they're done with the game that he goes and does first team reps with his wide receivers and just expects them to come out and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna catch this ball for you."
Right.
There's a huge chemistry gap, and you can't ignore it.
Yeah, very true. But I don't know, it's hard to count out Aaron Rodgers, and like if Aaron Rodgers was in the AFC as long as Tom Brady was, and we had to play him a lot, I probably wouldn't be able to stand him either. But I just it's personal with Tom Brady.
Yeah, you get your ass kicked a couple times. I'm sure it gets real personal.
So, all right, we got the Battle of the Birds here. We got the Falcons and Seahawks in Seattle.
Who's starting for Seattle? That's the big question.
It should be Geno Smith, as far as I know.
Oh, then I'm taking Seattle.
Okay. You don't have no
That's
faith in
that's another
Mariota?
what?
You don't have no faith in Mariota?
No, the Falcons will figure out a way to just self-destruct.
Oh, they always do.
You want to talk about Tom Brady setting up the biggest grudge for himself? Every Falcons fan out there completely hates Tom Brady for a Super Bowl that happened almost a decade ago.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I still since I'm not very far outside of Seattle right now, anytime I leave my room with my Steeler hat on, I just get the most awful looks for that Super Bowl. Even though the shit happened in 2005, I was like 10 years old at the time. I still people don't like me for it.
Plus, I got to give it to Geno Smith. Geno Smith has come in and proven that he can just play whatever setup and manage to find wins.
Yeah, he does pretty good at managing the game. I'll give him that.
He's been in the league what 12 years, 13 years, something like that,
Something like that, yeah. What the hell?
and manages to find himself a job every year. So
Yeah, he is on a roster every year. And over the last 2 years, he's actually gotten some starts because he had to start for Russell Wilson a couple games last year.
Yep.
So, um, let's
And he beat
yes, he
Russell
did.
Wilson.
He did beat Russell Wilson. I don't think that's very hard to do right now, though. He is not looking good.
No, I think he came off of the Seahawks thinking that he was going to do a lot better and just has not been able to. I think that's just another chemistry issue.
Right.
He doesn't have the chemistry. He's out there pass or run, pass or run. I don't know if you saw that video, just yelling on the sideline. Let him know, pass or run.
Oh, jeez, man. I mean, it just didn't help that like he took no snaps in preseason, right? If I remember right.
No, I think he was one of the quarterbacks that also just said, "No, I'm going to sit it out and
Right. And
I'll see you guys."
you can't do that going to a new team. You're in a whole new atmosphere. So it's going
And
to
that's
take
the
at
same
least a few
concept as
weeks.
Rodgers, though.
Yeah. So, now speaking of old let's ride, we got the 49ers at the Broncos.
I'm going to take the Niners. Kittle was limited participation this week. I think he's back for Sunday, and it's obvious Kittle's been the missing piece that they haven't had in the first 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go with the Niners.
I'm going to take the 49ers as well. They got Jimmy G starting again. Like you said, Kittle's coming back. So yeah, I think they just take that game over, and then like we said earlier, just Russell Wilson's not on the same page with his team. All right, moving on to Monday night. We got the Cowgirls.
Probably the best game of the week, if you really want to be honest here, is this game right here.
The Cowboys and Giants
Yes, it's another inter-division game.
against
It's
two
in New
backup
York.
quarterbacks. Because I don't care what
What's
anyone
that?
says. I said against two backup quarterbacks. Because I don't care what anyone says. Daniel Jones is a backup quarterback.
Daniel Jones should have been the backup quarterback for Tom Brady in the Patriots game. And don't get me wrong, he looks like Eli Manning 2.0, looks just like his kid. But I think Daniel Jones in the Patriots offense, we'd be talking about him in a whole different light.
Could be. I just think
Only
anybody
because I
that.
think Daniel Jones plays more like Tom Brady than Mac Jones.
Yeah, you could say that because Mac Jones isn't much of a pocket passer. I don't think he likes to
No,
stay in the pocket.
yeah. But for this game, I am going to take good old Cooper Rush and his used car dealership. And I think the Cowboys actually pull it out. I'm going to give them a 3-point spread.
All right. Um, I was actually gonna take the Cowboys too, as much as I hate it, but I don't know. I think Cooper Rush has some things to prove. I think he wants to prove he can be a starting quarterback in the league, even though I don't think he's ever gonna be. Um,
I don't think he's ever going to be either, but the Cowboys in the last 7 years have continued to praise a backup quarterback. As much as everybody says that Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC East, he's just so obviously not.
yeah, I get that, but I don't know. Like I said, yeah, I think Cooper Rush actually goes off and has a pretty solid game.
I think he throws for two. I'll give him 279. Throws for 2 touchdowns. They have the over under for that game at 39.5.
Okay, I'm gonna take the under on that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I would take the under as well. I think it winds up being something like actually no. No, it'd still be under. I think it's gonna wind up being like a 21, between 21 and 24 points for the Cowboys. And the Giants somehow luck into having 14 points on the board.
Okay. Um, yeah, you're giving them a little bit more hope than I am. I think it's going to be a last-minute field goal that wins the game, 13-10 for the Cowboys.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. I think Cooper Rush throws 2 touchdowns, and you get a rushing touchdown from fucking Pollard. Pollard gets a rushing touchdown, and I think Micah Parsons just destroys the Giants defense or the Giants offense, excuse me.
Yeah, I can see that. So, Coop did send me his picks. Let me read those off so that we have them on record. So, for Thursday night's game, he did take Pittsburgh over Cleveland. And then, I don't know, shit, I don't think his list went in the same order as ours, but it doesn't matter. And then he took Chicago over Houston. He's taken the Raiders over the Titans, the Chiefs over Indy, Buffalo over Miami, Detroit over Minnesota, Baltimore over New England, the Jets over Cincinnati, Philadelphia over Washington, New Orleans over Carolina, Jacksonville over the Chargers. Oh, he's stretching on that one. He's taking Arizona over the Rams, Seattle over Atlanta, Tampa over Green Bay, and San Francisco over Denver. And then the Giants. He's taking the Giants for Monday night.
Wow. I guess he's hoping for that home field advantage for the Giants, huh?
Yeah, either that or he just probably knew that we'd both take the Cowboys, and he's trying to be different, kind of like how I did on a couple of the picks.
Maybe. Sounded like he had a pretty close list to what we both had, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna write them all down like I did with mine and yours. That way I can kind of compare them,
All right.
and then so yeah, I will. This will be posted on YouTube, um, and then I'll just post a link to Twitter. So my YouTube and my Facebook is where you'll be able to find it, and that's where they'll be posted all season. And then, like I said, at the end of the season, whoever has the best record, well, most points. So just if you win a week, you get a point, and then I'll also keep track of records just because I like to see how everyone did over the season. Um, and then we're gonna take this all the way through the Super Bowl. So we're gonna
Sounds
buckle in
good.
for a long season.
Sounds good. Like I said, I got the kid on the way. Um, Worst case scenario, I miss a week or two, and I bounce back up or whatever.
No big deal. And just if you get a second, you want to send in your picks like Coop did, it all works.
Yeah, not a problem.
So this is we're kind of sponsored by Nerd Nation with this one. I wanted to get their graphics and stuff up, but I just didn't have time for this week. So they are gonna, from what I heard, he is gonna donate some merch to give away at the end of the season, and then I'm gonna try to come up with some other things to throw in. So
All right.
uh, anyone in the comments, just every week if you see the video, just put who you're riding with for that week, and then if that person wins, they might see that you rode with them, and maybe they'll pick you for the winner. So until next week, we'll come back and recap this whole thing and do it all over again.
Sounds good.